teaching and learning partnership started last fall. This is my first semester at Eastern Michigan, and Stephanie was one of the first people in the room, sat front and center for Earth Science for elementary teachers. And so she was really one of the first people that I got to know at Eastern, and she's been absolutely one of the most fabulous people that I've gotten to know at Eastern too, so I'm very excited.
So how our relationship started was during the summer. I had some concerns about her class, and so I really I started emailing her about the textbook and what we're going to be using for the materials and everything, and she was really responsive, and she was very helpful on what I needed to do to be successful in her class and what I needed. So I decided that I would meet her before the class even started. I went to her office hours, and the first thing I said was, "Oh, you have animal crackers in your room? That's so cool. I eat those same brand of animal crackers."
We have the best snack food choices.
Yep. And then I was like, "Oh, by the way, my name's Stephanie." And so after that, I met her before class even started. So I was like, wow, she's awesome.
She's really comfortable.
Yeah, I really want to sit at the front of the class and I'm interested. When we first started, I wasn't really into the whole earth science thing, I'm not gonna lie. But by the end of the first class and listening to her talk, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so enthusiastic, and it was just great. And I started getting really into it. So
I loved every day in class, you and your whole group. One of the things I kept saying about Stephanie and numerous recommendation letters and stuff that I've gotten to write since is Stephanie has a really great way of asking questions of the people around her. And she's really good about guiding those discussions and kind of saying, well, have you thought about it from this perspective? Well, what about this thing that Dr. Egger said, 10 minutes ago? Can you pull that in? And so she was just such a great group leader for this little group of girls up at the front of our class. It was always the best conversation to listen to. Stephanie also has a great laugh, as you can hear. And so I just love walking past that section of the class and kind of hearing these really in-depth conversations going on that went way beyond, oh, I think the answer is 23 or B or whatever. Stephanie just has a really great way of putting things into, I guess, conversational language. Something that's so powerful to me, having watched Stephanie grow over the last year, because it's been, both of us have talked about this idea that we're both social constructivists. We like to talk ideas through, and we think that's how knowledge is really built for somebody. But it's been great to see her sort of take that small group leadership and the way that she was talking in office hours, and then turn it into not just sort of lip service. I think a lot of teachers say, oh, I want my students to have conceptual understanding, but, I'm just going to do worksheet after worksheet or something like that. But Stephanie, I think, really lives it. She walks the walk and just talk the talk. And I've seen her get better at that and just sort of grow from, again, those smaller group interactions or one-on-one interactions to now I just got to listen to her session. And she's so engaging, and she had multiple students, some who were really struggling with the material, some who felt really confident with the material, and she was able to engage all, and one who's kind of in the middle. And you talk about a differentiated learning environment. She's got high, middle, and low. She's got all three of them engaged, talking to each other. And by the end of it, you could tell that all of now her students are so much more confident in their knowledge, and that they know what to do next, or if they need to go read more in the book or practice more online or schedule additional office hours or something so you can just see those lessons going forward to her students. So that's just so, I don't know, I've been really impressed with that.
She takes the feedback from her students and she actually does something with it. That's something that I really like about how you teach, is that you see everyone, including yourself in the classroom, as a learner. You're the teacher, obviously, but you're also learning, and we're the students and we're learning, but we can also teach you something. So we're both teaching each other different things, and we're both learning.
Stephanie is just I'm so excited to see where she's come in the last year, but I'm also so excited to see where she grows before she graduates, and through graduation and after, and in her classroom and up in Alaska and wherever, because it's just, I've gotten to see her as an intro student worried about, is the textbook, is it this, is it that, I think I understand, to I really understand and can communicate this to other students, to leading these SI sessions and designing these really engaging, interactive lessons that get students talking to each other and engaged, even if they're kind of shy, reserved, like, well, I'm not sure I understand, I want to speak up, through to an undergraduate researcher and asking her own questions and collecting her own data. Like, I just feel like there's such a great opportunity here that I've gotten to see her grow so much, and that there's this opportunity to continue to see you grow.